Hi guys, this is Stones. I wanted to do a video going back over this last year, 2025, and what was the main event, which was quitting my job to go full time into trading. But let's go back a little bit more on my journey in the markets and in day trading as well. I started in 2021 around peak after the peak of the bull run on crypto, obviously like everyone does, to get interested into crypto. People were talking about it at work, friends. Started just dive into it, buying some coins randomly without zero knowledge, losing a little bit of money, selling at a small loss. So not holding forever, but taking some losses. This was into the downfall of 2021, leading into 2022 as well. Uh, Little research onto the market and like the candle patterns and how to read charts and understand what was happening, but not much um, like real trading itself. More so trying to invest money. I lost a little bit. 22. That's when I started to invest more. I was always just DCAing into a few core projects through 2023, and I did that for a while, and in 2023 started decided to start day trading. Big change in my life. Started to do a course and then really dive into it and try to do small time frame and obviously longs and shorts, not just the investing side of it. Start of 2024, I had almost tripled my portfolio, and then from then we know March 2024 was a local top. Bitcoin ranged for 8 months, and all the cryptos went down. I took some profit, but invested it too early into all the cryptos, and then my profits went back down to below. I was in a loss compared to the money I invested in, and I keep doing that DCAing, switching to like higher risk projects. Uh, and by the end of 24 December, when we had the election pump, my portfolio was up again about twofold, and I had way more money invested in it. And from there, no one was expecting the tariffs and downfall that followed it, or that led into them, the announcement. And we all know crypto went down 70%. I sold a bit before the bottom, but gave all the profits back and a fair bit of my investments. And I stopped there, and I haven't reinvested in crypto since then, and I've only been doing day trading. So my lessons there were that investing is really much like day trading, and you have to treat it the same way. What you hear and learn at the beginning, the advices are like hodl, don't sell. If you don't sell, you don't lose, and keep DCAing on the way down. And this is such a wrong approach, because you don't want to keep buying a market that is going down. And one of my biggest lessons in investing is you have an entry and you have your stop loss the same as your actual day trading. And if price goes below that point, you exit your position at whatever was set at the beginning, which is a 10% loss, 20% loss, 5% loss, whatever the chart is giving you at the time. If you invest on the daily time frame, and maybe go down to the 4 hour or 1 hour to refine your entries, you should always have an invalidation point. And just DCAing is such a wrong approach. So this has been a big improvement in my investing. I do invest for my superannuation, which is my retirement fund, and I'm so happy I went through all this downfall and all those losses, because now I actually understand what I'm doing, and it's way more easier to not track the price too much, not be stressed about it, have an alert if price goes below at your stop loss, exit your position there, and then wait for market structure to become better on a daily time frame, even or down to the 4 hour, to re-enter, or either just enter onto something else, and then you won't have to manage your position that much. You just have an invalidation point. When it gets there, you take the loss. Like, this is one of the most important things in trading and investing. Be happy to take the loss. Like, don't hope that it will come back. If you had, okay, going to lose 10% of my investment at this point, you take that loss and you put it back further on into something else, and you're going to make way more gains through that. Going back into my day trading journey, I started in May of 2023. At the time, I was doing a job which is fly in, fly out in Australia. You work in mines, so you fly to your work site, you work 12 hours a day for 2 weeks, and then you have a week off. So my trading it was good to have a full week where I could focus on my trading. That's all I was doing on my weeks off. But while at work, I barely had an hour per day being able to learn. I did some trade on my phone, something I do not advise, like do not trade off your phone at the beginning. Maybe now I can like implement it back, but something you definitely don't want to do at the start. So this was my journey. I started there, went through one course and a group, didn't really like the way they were trading, and I quickly switched onto another one that I've been in for the last 2 years, and the way I trade now is based on this one, which is Trade Travel Chill by Annie. Talks about the market making method, liquidity, the timing, the sessions like Asia, London, and US, and this is the best way to trade. This is amazing community, amazing system. And I still trade the basics of it, but I removed a lot from it, and I'll go a bit deeper into another video into what I'm changing in 2026 and what I did change throughout 2025. So yeah, the main goal of this whole year was to quit work and focus solely on trading. My idea from the very start has always been I want to spend 3 years on it, 2 years of learning, and then I have the third year off and see what it is really like to trade full time. And at the end of it, see if it's worth it, if I want to keep going, or if I just maybe better stop right now. So in March, I quit my job and I started trading full time. It's been a crazy journey. So much happened, and I'm back to work. Like I just got a new job on Christmas Day, and I'm so happy about it. So I'm just gonna run you through a little bit like what happened throughout those 10 months of being unemployed and trading full time. One big thing that you got sold is the freedom, and it is true. You have a lot of freedom, because I could go to the gym and then come to the market around between 9 and 11, depending on daylight saving in US and here in Australia, and then trade for 2-3 hours, and then have the afternoon, go play golf, go ride my bike, and then come back on the evening to trade the London session. So you sort of have this freedom, but if you do work on your trading, you're easily going to spend at least 8 hours per day on the laptop, and probably more, as long as for the whole time of when you're building your system, learning, back testing. And all these times are interesting times because you feel like you're putting some work. It's not only just trading, you're putting work outside of trading, but you're doing big days. And if you're too slack and you think that you're just going to be able to go at the beach and come back and trade, it's not going to work, because sadly your whole mind is into it, and it should if you're really motivated in trading and you have big goals and big aspirations. So yeah, it's always going to be in your mind, and on all this time off that you're going to have, all you're going to think about is trading. One second aspect that I've learned about being full-time is it is really lonely. A normal job, you have workmates, you're in an office environment where you have people doing the same thing as you, where you can talk about work, bounce ideas. If you're on the job site, like I was a carpenter, you have a lot of fun with your friends. You always, someone's showing you how to do something better. But in trading, it is super lonely. And if you're part of a Discord group, it can be good, but it can be as well really noisy. I'd say there's 80% of people in those groups that do not have maybe what it takes, or just not highly motivated, do not do the work on an everyday basis, and they just treat it more as a hobby, and and like something they do on the side, and trading is something that requires a lot of you and of your time and commitment, and it just takes everything. It's not something you can do like this on the side and think you're gonna make money within 6 months to a year. It's gonna way more time than this, and it's gonna require a lot more effort. So it's really difficult to find people on the same page that you're gonna be able to bounce ideas off. And the struggle I had was this, plus the honesty of people honestly sharing their trades at the end of the week or not, and whether people just pretend to be good and but in the end you lose money. It's something in trading that you'll know because no one is fully transparent, and it's just so easy to just talk about the wins and not about the loss. And I'm yet to see someone that lives off trading, only of profits of tradings, and that is able to show all their accounts and all their trades. So it is going to be a lonely time in your life, and then all the other friends and family that no one can understand really what you're going through and what it does to you. The other thing is that I wasn't relying on the trading because I had savings to sustain for this whole time, but at the same time you do hope to make money off trading, and having just goal of living off trading can have a big toll on your mindset. It is difficult at times when you have a week to a month of like not winning or even losing money, to not get affected by it and not spiral down into a bad mindset. And you're going to be fearful of taking trades, you're going to be too keen to make money on others, and it's just not going to help your trading at all. So yeah, I've seen what it is to be full time. It is boring for most of the time. Once you're done with backtest building a system, just coming every session open to trade is actually boring, and you have to wait for your setups to present. You cannot force anything, and sometimes you might be at the chart all week long and don't see anything valid and good enough. And the other one, yeah, it is a lonely endeavor, and as much as you can try to find information and ideas from social media or Discord, I do think you have to cut off all this noise and just be by yourself and trust your analysis and your trading, because there's so many people out there that might have followers talking a lot but they don't know what they're doing, and it's very sad. I've seen on Twitter once someone that decent following, and then just realized that it's a 20-year-old that it's probably just taking half of it. Like, I didn't think I was following that kind of person. I thought I was following someone else. So yeah, everything is fake, and not everything, but most of it is fake, and you don't know who you're talking to and who's behind the screen and what they do with their life. So the main lesson of this whole time off is really that don't quit your job. You really want to keep an income on the side that is consistent and be so relaxed with the trading. So I got back into a job now. It is 1 week on, 1 week off, and I still have decent amount of time to trade, but I can see it already that I am way more relaxed. My trading it's the main thing in my life. It's not my job, but it's sort of secondary. It's on the side for now. If I don't make money or if I lose a bit, it's dramatic. You want to have this security of the income, because even if you think you're so far in your journey, like I thought at some point that I could start live off my trading, there's a time when, even if you're already profitable and you had maybe, I don't know, years of profit or whatever, there's a time where you're gonna hit that wall and have that losing streaks, that loss of confidence, the troubles with your mindset, and it's really going to be really tough if all your income is coming from the trade. So yeah, do not quit your job, or as I said, the best way is honestly what I've done. Give yourself save some money, give yourself some time, if it's a month to 6 months or a full year if you can afford it. I do not have anything in my life. I do not have a family. I do not have a house, and it was really easy for me to take all this time off. And I'm glad I did, because I've learned so much. So I do advise people, if you can, do this, experience what it is, because you might not like it. You might not like trading as a job on an everyday life. It just might not fit. You might want to have something on the side, but definitely do it, learn, and then come back to work with all this knowledge that you've accumulated through this time off and a full time of trading, and switch to a job that is part-time. It'll give you just enough money to pay your bills and food and all the basics in your life without having being able to have savings, because that's gonna bring that comfort into your trading, and then you can still trade and have a constant income. So lesson, yeah, take the time off, expense it, but then get back to have a work on the side. And I think there's a lot of profitable traders, professional traders, that do advise to keep a job on the side and have a constant income. It just helps so much. Yeah, this is my journey. Last year I had the most money in theory in my portfolio I ever had, and by the start of this year, probably the less money I ever had, because I've lost a lot in my investing, and I've spent all my savings through that journey of not working and try to make it as a trader. I don't regret it. It's a risk I took, and I knew what I was doing. Now I'm back to work. I've got that income coming. My time available for trading is huge compared to before, and I've got the experience to keep going strong on this journey, and I really think I'm in the best situation right now. So this was my journey, and we move forward in 2026. I reckon it's going to be a good year. I'm really comfortable, and hopefully everything is going to work out fine. See ya.